I always have called you, whenever I've spoken to you, as a child woman. You haven't really grown up that way, you know? But from a child artist who started out in Mumbai and from a home where the mother was the main support, emotional support, and a father who was not very supportive, with wonderful brothers around you. Tell us, what made you so strong as a little chut of a girl? We know the story about Hema Malini and how, you know, you've got to meet B.R. Chopra ji, etc. But what made you so strong to face the camera as such a little girl, Khushbu?
Hello and a very good evening to everyone here. And there's an echo. Yeah, I think what made me very strong is against every negativity, there's a positivity. There are always two sides of the coin. So when I see, as a child, when I saw my mother going through the kind of abuse at the hands of her husband, and I think that made me very strong because I think as a child, it was very clear in my mind that I'm not going to grow up as somebody who's very, very submissive, who's going to be hanji, bilkul sahi ji. Like Ravina said, kuch bhi ho jaye, mera pati Parmeshwar hai. So I was very clear right from my childhood that I'm not going to grow up into that abla nari. So I think, you know, in all the negative aspects, and that strength, of course, came to me from my mother because she never wanted me to be what she went through.
Right.
So I think it was there with me, within me.
All right, okay. One of the prime ministers that we have who has spoken, appreciated and respect Tamil like no one can. Do you agree? I mean, Sengol, talk about Sengol. He talks about how Tamil is the most ancient language. He talks about how the culture needs to be preserved. Every speech of his, he has this respect for Tamil. I want to ask you, you were one of the first heroines who goes from Mumbai and starts speaking Tamil like a native. I mean, she speaks the language better than I think look at Selva Ganesh there, you know, yeah, all the Tamils, you can't make out the difference. We tell our children, if she can learn it, you can learn it better. Khushbu, talk a little about it. I've heard, correct me if I'm wrong, I've heard that Kamal and Rajni sir, everyone encouraged you that, pesuma, parvalla, vandudum.
See, if I speak Tamil very well, I would love to speak in Tamil, address this esteemed audience here in Tamil. But I don't know how many of you will understand, but irundalum Tamil பேசுறதுக்கு ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய பெருமை வேணும். ஏன்னா நம்ம நாட்டுடைய மிக சிறந்த ஒரு மொழி, பழையமான மொழி, and அந்த மொழி சொல்லும்போது நான் இன்னைக்கு தமிழச்சியாக தமிழகத்துல வாழும்போது எனக்கு ரொம்ப பெருமையா இருக்கு, and which translates that though I belong to Mumbai, for me to come to a place called Tamil Nadu and make a home there and speak the oldest language on this planet, I take a pride in calling myself as a Tamilian. Having said that, if I've started learning Tamil, yes, I've had a great help from my co-stars. But I definitely would like to give the credit to my co-workers, especially on the sets. You know, my lightmen, my production boys, my dancers, my fight choreographers and the fighters, you know, because they are the ones I used to basically converse with in Tamil, and they gave me the encouragement that speak. Even if it's wrong, it's fine, we will correct you, we will not make fun of you, but you speak the language. I remember my very first day shoot for my first Tamil film, Dharmathin Thalaivan, where I was paired with Prabhu sir and Rajni sir and Suhasini were paired together. It was a remake of Kasme Wade, where I played Neetu Singh, to make it very simple. And I went to the set and I was zero in Tamil. So I was conversing with Rajni. So the very first day I had shoot with everyone. And Rajni sir was speaking to me in Marathi, then all that, you know, rattling off in Marathi. I was so comfortable. And over the, you know, the entire day while we were shooting, I was watching people where they were talking to each other and said, hey, vada, hey, poda, and all that. So I was like, okay, it means something which a lot of respect. And when Rajni sir was leaving, he said, Khushbu mi zaunit. And I said, poda. And the entire set just froze. And I'm like, okay, where did I go wrong? And then immediately Prabhu came forward and he said, you're not supposed to say poda. I said, why? He's saying it doesn't mean that you're saying with respect. It's in a very respectful manner. You say, okay, jao. And I'm like, okay. But Rajni sir was very gracious enough where he came, he patted my shoulder because he knew that I don't understand the language. So he patted my shoulder and he laughed and he said, it's okay, you will learn the language. So yes, my journey has been different, but I think I definitely would give the credit and to my driver, who was my driver then for a very, very long time. So I think I give the credit to all my co-workers more than my co-stars. I would give the credit to my co-workers for encouraging me to speak the language and for standing by me and tolerating my terrible Tamil that I spoke back.